Hello and welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Missy Kai and I'm the owner and founder of The Body Intuitive. Today we're going to be going through part 4 of my 4-part series on yoga therapy for different cardiac disorders. And the cardiac disorder that we'll be addressing today is tachycardia. And tachycardia is when your heart beats too fast, usually above or at 100 beats per minute, which is pretty high. So when we're going through this practice today, I really want to encourage you to take breaks and to take additional breaths as you need to. I'll cue the breath very slowly, but as a general rule of thumb, we're only going to be moving on the exhalations during this practice. So that's something to note. If you need to break something down into a 2-breath exercise, or if you need to take more resting breaths between exercises, please feel free to pause the video and take that time for yourself, okay? Now, in terms of props that we're gonna have, this practice is going to be a little bit different than the other 4 yoga therapy for cardiac disorder flows that I've done, because we're actually gonna be laying on the floor instead of sitting in a chair. So props that I would like you to have for this practice include a blanket, if you have one, that just adds a little bit of cushioning between your body and the yoga mat and the floor. And we're also going to want a yoga strap. So if you don't have a strap available, you can use a TheraBand, you can use a belt, you can use a towel, a long towel laying around the house. So just be creative with what you have available to you. And even if you don't have any of those props available, all you really need is a comfortable space to lay on the ground and do a little bit of gentle movement and do a little bit of breath work. So feel free to pause the video and grab your mat, grab your blanket, and grab your strap if you have those things available. If you don't, again, no big deal. And whenever you're ready, feel free to hit play on the video again, and I'll meet you on the mat. All right, guys, so once you've grabbed your props, I have my blanket laid out here on the floor in a long way, so I have plenty of room to lay on my back and play around. And I also have a TheraBand strap with me. Again, you can use any strap that's available to you. We're actually going to be doing something a little bit different, which is laying on the floor for our practice. So go ahead, have a band beside you. And if you need a tip to get from standing to the floor, you can simply take one or both hands to the wall, opposite hand to the hip, and you can either step forward into a lunge or step back into a lunge. And then you can place one hand on that front knee and lower yourself down by bending that back knee. Take the opposite knee to kneeling and standing. Both hands come down into tabletop pose, and then you can just gently fold the hips over onto one side and turn onto your bum. Scoot the bum forward, slide the hands underneath the knees, and then pull the knees in towards your chest to lay on your back. So that's a little nice transition there to get you from standing all the way onto the floor. Okay, so when it feels okay for you, go ahead, rest and relax the feet back and down. Have your band close by within arm's distance reach, and just be mindful that you have some space to the sides to play out, because we will be doing just a little bit of twisting today. So coming to rest with the feet flat on the floor, knees are about and legs are about hips distance. So if you look down the length of the body, you should see that the hip bones, or the pointy parts of the hip, the thighs, the knees, and the ankles are all approximately in the same line like railroad tracks. Beautiful. And then go ahead, relax the palms down by the wayside here. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale with the eyes open. Just notice the room around you. Notice the 4 corners of the room or the environment around you. Notice any sights, any sounds, including the sound of my voice. Notice any smells, and just let that all come to greet you. You don't necessarily need to try to seek those things out. Let it all just arise within your field of awareness. Just feeling the touch or temperature of air on your skin. And just beginning to take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, we can take a big sigh. And just gently close the eyes as that feels good for you. On the in breath, draw air in and down the length of the throat, the length of the spine, filling the belly with breath. On the inhale, and exhale, sigh. Just let that go, that breath go. We'll take one more here just to ground ourselves into our practice today. And if at any time the heart rate starts to go up, or you feel short of breath, or you feel a little bit agitated or stressed or unsure, you can always come back to this posture and this breathing technique to help anchor you into your practice. So taking one more breath here, and exhale. Just beginning to sense the breath, sense what's present for you right now, any thoughts, any emotions, any images, any worries or concerns. And just welcoming yourself as you are into your practice on the in-breath. And exhale, feeling the feet on the floor, feeling the weight heavy in the tailbone. Begin to fully welcome yourself into your practice, allowing whatever is present for you right now to be here just as it is without any need to change or fix. Exhaling. And then asking your body, what intention would I like to set for today? What intention would I like to set for my practice? Your why for being here. And just taking a few more moments to breathe into that. Good. One more breath. On the inhale, allow your intention to radiate out and fill every cell with energy. And exhale, allow that to diffuse throughout the entire body. Good. And now releasing this practice of breath, we'll begin a bit of movement. So on the inhale, let's lift the right leg up towards tabletop pose. Shin bone parallel to the ground. Flex the foot back towards the face and just notice if that left leg started to bow in and out. If it did, take the left leg back towards center and keep the right leg working towards shin bone height or floor height, or if you're already there, just hold. Deep breath in and exhale. Hug that knee in towards the chest so you can interlace the fingertips across the front of the knee or behind the knee if that's more comfortable for you today. And on the exhale, we're just bringing that knee close to the chest as you press down simultaneously to the opposite leg, the left foot. Beautiful. Deep breath in here. And exhale. And again, the leg may not go as far as it does for me. Your goal is not to emulate my practice, but just to find the range that works for your body today. So let's bring this into a little bit of a dynamic movement. We're going to inhale, release the knee away from the chest. Exhale, draw the knee towards the chest. Keep that right foot flexed and active. Keep that left heel pressing down. Good, just a couple little rocks here. Great job. In and out, in and out. And then you may find rocking side to side that there's a slightly different sensation or stretch for you, and feel free to explore that out as well. Moving with breath. Take one more round, rocking in and out or side to side with one leg, and then hold here. Beautiful. We're going to take the right hand on the outside of the right thigh, for the left hand, take it by the ankle and draw the ankle over and across that left thigh. The right hand slides from the outer thigh towards the inner thigh and just allow the knee to press away from the chest. Good. Keep that left foot on the ground. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. Beautiful breathing. Deep breath in. And exhale. I'm going to introduce a ha sound. Ha. On the out breath. And I encourage you to play with making this sound, even if it feels a little bit funny or weird at first. It will really help to engage a sense of relaxation and relief for the body. So one more deep breath in. On the exhale, good. Inhale, prepare to move the left knee towards the chest. On the exhale, pick the left foot off the floor, draw the left knee towards the chest, and both hands slide around the thighs. Flex both feet. And we're keeping that same structure of the figure four stretch that we did originally, but now maybe again, we'll try that same kind of movement, rocking side to side. If that feels good, maybe a little bit forward and back. So inhale as we open, exhale as we close, the knee towards the chest. And again, you don't need to go as far as I'm going. Maybe your movement is just barely off the ground today. Maybe our movement is just a little bit of rocking side to side. Or maybe you want to play out a little bit more and keep that foot on the ground as you windshield wiper the hips side to side. So there's so many different ways to explore a figure four stretch, and I really encourage you just to take a few moments in your practice to try a few different variations or options, knowing that one isn't better than the other. It's just what feels good in your body today. So if you find a really nice juicy spot that feels good, please make sure you're as supported as possible, using the hands as needed, flexing the feet. Inhale here. And exhale, relaxing any tension from the face, from the jaw, from the neck. Deep breath in again. Beautiful. And exhale, we're going to replace that left foot down. Reach over, grab for your strap, and then we're going to take the strap around the ball of the right foot, extending that foot high towards the sky. Press the thigh bone away from the chest, and one strap goes in either hand. Allow the elbows to nestle by the waist side, so I'm not pulling on the leg with the arms. I'm just allowing the arms to be a little bit of support and the strap to be a little bit of guidance here. So your leg may be out here. If you feel tension, like pain in your lower back or too much on the back of the thigh here, press the thigh bone away from the chest and keep a soft bend in the knee. So inhale here. On the exhale, let the leg kick up towards straight and the arms can support that movement. Inhale, we release away. Again, it doesn't have to be big. Exhale, lift the leg towards the sky. Inhale. Again, smaller is harder here. It's harder to stay controlled. And this is not just a hamstring exercise. This is a core exercise. This is a low back exercise. This is an arm strengthening exercise. So really try to let the hip and the leg decide where the stretch is and use everything else, the breath, the arms, the core, to support. Exhale, kick back up. Inhale, reach out again. Exhale, kick back up. Beautiful. Inhale, hold here. And then exhale, bend the right knee. Let the strap come overhead. We're going to take both hands, palms face up and away from the body, thumb around the strap. And then inhale, reach the hands back behind you as far as feels comfortable for you today. And then exhale, bring the strap down. Inhale. So maybe you're only going to shoulder height. That's fine. Maybe it feels comfortable to go back a little bit farther. Exhale. Bring the strap down. So the movement should take the duration of one whole breath. So inhale. As the inhale is completing, we finish our movement, reaching back and overhead. On the exhale, we're reaching down. As the out breath is emptying and releasing in the belly, we're coming all the way down. Beautiful. Go ahead, replace that strap by your left side. Hands down by the waist side. and take 2 or 3 resting breaths. Feel free to close the eyes if that feels good for you today. And just notice the difference between the right side and the left side. Notice where your breathing is. Revisiting your intention for practice today. And then as you're ready, we're going to pick up that left knee again. Beautiful. Flexing the foot back, and notice if that right side wants to bow in or out. Take that knee back towards center if it's traveled a bit. So keep that right foot planted down on the ground. The left shin is parallel to the ground or working towards there if it's a little bit lower. Knee is right over the hip. Great job, you guys. Awesome. Deep breath in. And exhale, interlace the fingertips either over the top of the knee or right behind the knee pit, as I like to call it. Good. Inhale, draw the knee towards the chest. So you're drawing the knee in as this opposite foot presses down into the mat. Exhale, release it out. I think I changed the breath, so let's switch it. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Yes, better. Inhale, release the knee away from the chest. And exhale, draw the knee in. You actually might like the breath pattern differently. So there's not necessarily a bad or wrong way to do it. It's just the way that feels best for you. Typically, we contract on exhales and expand on inhales, but that doesn't have to be the recipe. But just for the sake of simplicity today, let's try exhaling the knee in towards the chest and then inhaling as we lengthen it out. Beautiful. Take 2 more just like this, helping to warm up the hips, the low back for your figure 4 stretch. On your next exhalation, draw that knee in towards the chest. Keep the left hand on the outside of the thigh. Inhale, draw that right hand down the length of the shin towards the foot. Reach the foot across the right thigh. The left hand draws to the inner left thigh to press the leg away from the chest. Left ankle crosses over right thigh. Continue to keep the foot flexed and breathe here. Exhale. Maybe a little rocking side to side, and just see how this feels, similar or different from the first side. Feels more open or tighter. That's very normal to have one side be a little bit more open. And then slowly making your way back towards center here. I'm just going to introduce some different variations and options. If you're happy where you are, please feel free to stay and breathe and deepen into your pose or wiggle around and feel the best place for you. If you'd like a different variation, take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to draw that right knee towards the chest. Both hands come around the outside of the thighs to support. I don't like threading underneath here because that causes people to artificially crank themselves back. Your knee and your leg should be the thing that's pushing you and your left thigh in towards the chest. So again, you don't need to go as far as I did. Maybe we just do a little bit in and out. So exhale on the way in. Inhale, open. If that feels good for you today, you can hang out there. If you prefer to windshield wiper left and right a little bit, that may get into some different areas for you. So just keep the neck, the jaw, the forehead soft. The hands can also come out by the waist-side for a little extra support, pressing the backs of the hands and the backs of the arms into the ground. And if you explore out a little bit, you can start to feel where you might be tight today. So breathe into this side, wherever feels best for you in this moment. Couple deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, slowly coming back towards center, wherever you've wandered off to. And then slowly replacing the right foot on the ground. We're going to reach over and grab for our strap. Great job. Kick the left heel up towards the sky, and we're going to take the strap around the ball of the left foot. So not in the heel pocket, not in the arch of the foot, around the ball of the left foot. And again, let the leg decide where the stretch is instead of the arms or strap pulling on the leg. So again, you may not have a perfectly 90-degree range of motion. That's totally okay. You can start here with the thigh bone pressing away from the chest and the knee is bent, and that will give you a little bit more resistance in the band if you have it, but it will also help to keep your hip socket and SI joint happy and in place. Deep breath in. On the exhale, kick up to the extent that feels good for you. Go nice and slow here. Doesn't need to be fast. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep this right leg active, pressing into the ground. That's going to help you engage your core. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, lift. Hold here. Deep breaths. Those elbows be soft and heavy by the wayside. Release any tension in the forehead and jaw. Deep breath in. Beautiful. And exhale, you can slowly bend that knee. Take the strap out. Release it to the side. Great job. And we're going to step the legs wide. So feet go wider than the hips. Knees knock in towards the center of the body. Hands go out wide by the wayside. We're just going to rock left and right. Windshield wipering the knees. And if you'd like to switch the gaze left and right as you move the knees in the opposite direction, you can. And then holding the knees to one side, it doesn't matter which side. Gaze shifts to the opposite. Palm. Just breathe here for a few moments. Again, it's okay if the knees don't hit the floor. Maybe we're just holding halfway towards the floor today. And exhaling, come back to center. Inhale at center. Prepare, and then exhale. Let the knees fall to the other direction. Shift the gaze to the opposite hand. And breathe. One more deep breath here. And exhale, slowly coming back towards center. Beautiful, great job. Let's heel toe, walk the feet back in towards our railroad tracks, center of the body. Reach back over, grab that band, deep breath in here. Exhale, bring the knees up and in towards the chest. And this time we're going to take the strap over both of the feet. So balls of the foot on both sides, and then kick those heels straight as you'd like to go today. And I'm still keeping a nice gentle bend in the knees. I'm flexing the feet and I'm widening the feet on the strap so that the arms and the feet create some tension and resistance with each other. So you can bend the knees and draw them in towards the chest so you have the feet kind of pressing up towards the ceiling here. So deep breath in. And exhale, just kind of find your base position for a moment. And then on the inhale, we're going to bend both the elbows and knees towards the chest, and then exhale, straighten to the point that feels good for you today. You don't need to hyperextend the knees and lock them out quite like that. We just want a little bit of bend on the inhale and a little bit of extension on the exhale, like you're pressing the strap away from you. Good. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Press away from the chest. Inhale, bend. Last one here. And then exhale, rock that whole structure side to side. almost like a big bus wheel. And this can feel really good for the low back, massaging out that lumbar spine, your sacrum. Good, and then slowly make your way back towards center. Straighten the legs one more time. Deep breath in. Beautiful. And exhale, slowly bend the knees. Inhale, release the strap. Exhale, take your feet back to the floor. Hands either to the belly or maybe down by the side, and take 2 resting breaths. Just noticing how the sensation in your body has shifted throughout this practice. Notice how the left side and the right side feel. And taking a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, flutter your eyes open if they were closed. We're going to reach back overhead, grab for the strap one last time. Exhale, pull the strap down, knees towards the chest. We're going to draw the feet together, soles of the feet together. Take the strap around the outer edge of the foot, like so, and then you can hold the straps like reins of a horse and allow the knees to just gently fall towards the ground. So I'm not clunking the knees down. You really want to just let it slowly lower with the assistance of the strap. Good. And you can play with drawing the heels in closer or farther away from the pubic bone as that feels supportive for you. You can also play with opening the angle of the back or tucking the pelvis under a little bit. Good. So wherever you're at today, let it be what it is. Let the knees fall out to the side. And again, it's okay if your knees don't touch the floor or don't look anything like mine. Just keep in mind, I've been doing this practice for a very, very long time. I'm dedicating a lot of time to it. So even if your knees are all the way up here, it's okay. You're doing great. So take a deep breath wherever you are. Exhale. Soften into gravity. Let gravity do the work here. We're pulling the weight of the body down deeper into the pose. Take 2 more breaths. This is a really great inner thigh stretch. Really great for the hips, for the lumbar spine. And it also brings our body into a parasympathetic state. We'll take 2 more breaths. Last breath, doing great. And we'll come out of this together. So you can release both hands from the strap. Inhale, take the hands to the sides of the thighs. Exhale, use the arms to help the legs draw in and close towards each other. Re-grab onto the strap, deep breath in. Exhale, pull yourself up. Beautiful. Release the strap out. And exhale, take the hands out to the side like a T. The knees are parallel to the ground. Feet are flexed. Deep breath in here. Exhale, push the hands into the ground. Release to the right side, maybe just 30 to 45 degrees maximum. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale over to the left side. Maybe 35, 40 degrees max. Keep those toes flexed. Press the arms into the ground. And exhale to help pull yourself back up. Really nice job here. Inhale. Let the legs come over to the right. Again, come all the way down. Left hand reaches down. Use the strength of the hand to push yourself back up to an easy, comfortable seated position. If sitting on your hips like this on the ground is not comfortable for you, you can always come into hero's pose, like so. Or if that's still not comfortable for you, you can always come to kneeling or find any bolsters or blocks to help lift your seat up in a comfortable seated position. So whatever feels best for you, we're just going to take a few moments to breathe. So we'll find the right hand over the belly and the left hand over the chest or the heart, and connecting the breath into these two spaces. So inhale all the way into the belly, and then on the exhale, soften the chest. Feel free to close the eyes as that feels good for you, or rest your gaze at one point in front of you. Inhale all the way into the belly, into that right hand. Feel the belly rise. And then on the exhale, let the chest soften. Good. Take 3 more breaths just like that. And on the exhale, sigh. 2 more breaths. Big sigh on that out breath. Inhale into the belly. Exhale, big sigh. Last one. Inhale into the belly. Exhale. Release the chest. All the way. Empty it out. Good. And then allow both hands to simply drop down to the lap. If you're kneeling or in some other base posture variation, feel free to come to any position that feels restorative or relaxing for you, whether that's laying on the ground or seated or bridge prep pose, anything that feels good for you. And just taking these last few moments of class again to revisit your intention, to notice any shifts in sensations and thoughts or emotions that are present for you now, contrasted with the beginning of class today. And again, just thanking your body for all that it can do and has done for you. Taking a moment to breathe into that sense of gratitude and appreciation. And then on your next in-breath, bringing the left palm to meet the right palm, the thumbs pointing towards the center of the chest and the pinkies extended out into the universe, away from you. Inhale, deep breath here, and exhale. Big sigh, bowing chin to chest. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for sharing part of your journey and your practice with me. Again, my name is Missy Kai. If you have any questions about this practice, about yoga therapy, or how to modify the practice to suit you and your condition, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions. Do this practice as often as you would like to. Feel free to revisit it as much as serves you. I recommend generally practicing about once a day. So enjoy, happy practicing, all the best to you on your journey, and we'll see each other again soon.